Hello again. I'm in Taree. I'm driving that thing. It's a Volkswagen Tiguan because the F-150 is still in getting repaired. We've worked out it was the transfer case. They've booked it in. It's taking a while to get done. I mean, Ford said they couldn't do it till May. And luckily they're giving me something to drive, which is good. So I've come up to see the family. It's the week before Easter. I've got no bus content for you. I've got no F-150 content for you. The buses, I'm still waiting on that radiator. So I can't get the Merlin out to get the Atlantean out.
Oh, Steve, could you move the Chimera? I need to get the Tirana out so I can get to the Commodore.
And do any work on it. So someone said, while you're in Taree, why don't you do a tour of where you used to work? And I thought, what a good idea. So I texted Richard. He said, yeah, no worries, pop up. We'll see you when you get here. So here I am. I'm here on a Sunday afternoon at the moment. It's quiet. They don't open Sundays. There's no buses running Sundays. I'll come back on Tuesday. It is school holidays, so there are no school buses running. It'll only be permanent staff driving the revenue service runs and also some mechanics. Eggins spend the school holidays getting a lot of regos updated and work done, transferring. They have another depot in Tuncurry. It's a smaller one, so they bring vehicles here that need to be worked on through the holidays. So let's have a look at how a successful regional operator operates in a regional town. It's a big place, this. There's a lot to see. Let's have a look at Eggins Comfort Coaches Taree in this episode of Steve Stuff. All right, we're back on Tuesday. It's been raining, not the best day, and they're running on a skeleton staff in here. There's only service bus drivers, there's a mechanic and a couple of guys in the paint shop, so we'll just go quickly in and say hello. So this would be Richard. Running the joint. So you'd be fourth generation, is that right?
Yep.
Yeah, so and still in the family, which is very rare these days, isn't it, with regional operators? Yeah. So we're going to have a look around. I hope you don't mind. I picked a quiet day, school holidays, so I wouldn't get in your way. But one thing that's unique about you guys is you do pretty much everything in-house. So you put your own tyres on your wheels and you've got mechanics to do all body work and all sorts of stuff.
Yeah, we outsource a few things, but some of the specialised stuff, but most of the stuff's done in-house,
And I used to work here, so it's funny coming back, but at least I know my way around. I can tell you when there's the meal room and the toilet. So he's probably going to reverse that up and maybe fuel it. So I'll show you a photograph of back before this big shed was built. I think in the mid-90s, the buses used to be just parked at the back. It was just a paddock, just gravel. Now the big shed there, they get them parked in there, one behind the other. And most of the buses actually do stay undercover at night. This is workshop here. There's a pit, the middle one is a pit. No, it might be this one here. Absolute nightmare to drive a bus over that pit, I've got to tell you. Those three sheds get locked up These three remain open, which we saw the other day. And this one stays open. You can see they do their own fuel, but it's heavily alarmed. There are laser beams.
Frickin' laser beams!
And all sorts of stuff. So we'll just go over here and have a look in the shed. Very well maintained fleet, as you can see. And as I mentioned before, they do use this school holiday period to do a lot of maintenance, rego checks and stuff like that. So there is the shed. There's a goodly bit of the fleet here. This is the boss's motorhome. Slightly different colour. This bus came from a company called Green Shields out of Lansdowne when Eggins bought the company out, and they had a slightly darker beige or cream. This just happens to be somebody's favourite bus. You might have met Dylan. He drove my Merlin for Busfest. He loves Eggins 26. I remember when you have to park your bus at the end of the day, you bring it in here and back it up. Can you see up on the wall up there, there's a infrared beam. If you cross that, it sets off a siren and lets the whole world know that you've gone too far. First time I set that off, I nearly, well, packed my pants, put it that way. There's 26 again. Dylan's favourite bus. So that's the main shed. Let's go and have a look and meet the body shop guys. Oh, there's the body shop working hard.
Always working hard at the body shop. As you can see, we're driving today.
Yes, school holidays, all hands on deck.
Exactly.
We're just having a bit of a YouTube look around the depot and everything that is Eggins and how they do everything in store, basically. I noticed on the weekend that there was a vehicle in here that was damaged.
Up, ready to be painted.
Wasn't me, I didn't do it.
No. It's probably a mark on there from you, but...
If it's 27, there will be.
There is.
Yeah, I had a little accident in that one. Completely the fault of the person that was guiding me back. All right, well, we'll go in and have a look at that. Yes, they have their own paint booth. And there is a bus in there right now. that he's getting prepared for paint. It's 27, it's one that I dinged up before, but it's not actually an accident. Is it okay if I go in there, Joe?
Yeah, mate.
There's a fella in there?
Fine.
Okay, right. More body shop area. Tony? It's paint storage, tools, welders. I mean, they do everything here. How good is that? Tool shop, workshop. And let's go in here and have a look. So this is the paint booth. Rhodesian cream is the official paint, the Eggins paint, and there's the red and what's the green called again now? I've forgotten. Along the roof and also on the outline of the logo, which of course, as I mentioned a minute ago, is transitioning to the new monochrome on the logo. This is the CB80, I'm doing this one quite a few times. Getting the treatment all done in-house. There we go. Right, now I'm walking into, I've left the body shop area and walking into, there's the paint booth there. This is the wash bay, and it's also used to park vehicles at the end of the day, overflow from the sheds. If I'd get in, I used to be the last bus in on some runs. So I'd come in, sheds were full, so I'd just drive around straight away, park right there in front of that little shed there, that's a toilet. Upstairs, or not upstairs, but up on top of that is the gravity-fed AdBlue tank. So yeah, I just park here, fill up the AdBlue before I went home. This roller door here gets locked at night. This is the bus washer. If you've ever wondered how buses get washed, this thing rolls around the outside of the bus. I was hoping that there'd be one here getting washed, but no luck today. So now we're on the other side of that open shed. So there's the open shed there. We're on the other side of that. This is a ramp. This is fun to drive up onto as well. And if I come up here, I'll try and stand at around about the same place where a photographer stood to take a photo of one of the Atlanteans. Might have been about here, I think. Maybe here. And if I show you the photo, so that double decker was parked there, right next to this ramp, and that was all open before. They fit all their own tyres. This is one of the new Baldwins, so it's got the new logo. Compare that to the old red and green. So this logo is the one that superseded the logo that's on my buses. I think there are 2 of these roses in the fleet. Could be 3, unsure. Now, if I just get over here, possibly standing right about where the photograph of the Merlin turning, I'll show you. Pretty close. Again, this is darker cream. I think this is another X Green Shields. quite a few of these Volgrens now. Didn't have any of these when I worked here, but we're going back, 7 years now. So this is the pit. Used to hate driving onto that. Sometimes it was the only parking space left at the end of the day. All their own work. Recently transmission was rebuilt here. Something going on here. She's jacked up. Alright, and over here, 24, this would be one of the spares now, I guess. Pop inside and have a look. Very well looked after. As a driver, I had to get back when I was on a service run, get back for my morning tea, quickly sweep and mop the bus out. And then every day during the lunch break, I think the cleaners would come on, do windows. So every day, it still smells like it used to back in the day. Every day, the bus's interior is cleaned and looked after, and every day, pretty much every day, the bus's exterior gets washed. Back when they preferred Iveco's chassis and custom coaches bodies, that changed when they needed some new low floors and they couldn't get a city bus with a single door. Custom coaches weren't building anymore. They'd already moved to the school buses from the Volgren, and Volgren only offered a twin door option at the time. They now offer a single door. So when they couldn't get a Volgren body, a custom body, they went with Express, which is a local company here on the mid-north coast. They currently have 3, and there aren't any in the depot at the moment. And we've got another one coming in now. This is 28. I used to drive this one when I was on the Foster run. That's Anthony, he's doing a town service, so obviously his bus now. That's another thing that Eggins do. Each driver has the same bus every day. You tend to look after it better. So now Anthony will come in for fuel and probably have his lunch break. No, he's not going to get fuel, he's just going to park the bus in the shed and go and have lunch. We're going to show you how the buses are washed. So 20 is on its break at the moment, he's having lunch. This is operating the Wingham service at the moment. So we've got a little bit of a window here, we'll just pop it in the bus in the wash bay, give it a wash. So it's not connected to the hose, it's got its own water tank, detergent and everything. Oh, this is a new one since I worked here. I used to have to pull the bloody thing.
Oh no, this is the new flash one.
That's how it's done. As I mentioned, most buses get washed every day, especially the ones that come in from dirt road runs. And that's how they keep all the undergear in good condition. Oh man, that used to be the hard part, going around the corner. Drives itself. I nearly forgot these two. They're in an overflow yard just around the corner. Oldest bus in the fleet, soon to be on sold. And as you can see, that's the first generation sign writing on there that was replaced by the red and is now being replaced by the grey. I think this is the last vehicle. There might be, yes, this is the last vehicle to have this, I do believe. And now, I think it's time to go out for a spin. are. That's where we'll wrap this one up. Hopefully that was interesting. Nice to revisit where I worked for, I think, 4 or 5 years, and even went out on one of the runs and remembered all the lefts and rights. That just goes to show you how a family-run regional bus company operates its services and does so much stuff in-house, and their fleet presentation is renowned around the state. They certainly look after their machines, and when they get sent off to another life, they get snapped up. And there are many, many ex-Eggins units still alive, including one that I own to this day. Anyway, thank you to Richard, thanks to Joe, thanks to Anthony who drove the bus I went out on, and hopefully you enjoyed this. More content coming on my buses, fingers crossed. Until then, don't forget to like and subscribe, tell your friends, and I'll see you soon on Steve's Stuff.